Excellent. Hello everyone, welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading with me. This is your message for the collective for Wednesday, coming out May 11th, 2022. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is I have a lot of downloads for you guys in this little cuppy cup, and we're just going to pick a download at random. And I did select for your thumbnail photo 2 cards from my Art Nouveau deck. Come here. Come on. Thank you. And just to give us a little sum for, it's like a pre-show. It's like a thumbnail pre-shuffle. And you got the Ace of Swords and the 8 of Wands. So that's pretty epic. Dig the new overlay. I'm loving it. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, for 2 cups of coffee per month, 1111, that's like 2 fancy cups of coffee. For 2 fancy cups of coffee, you get hundreds of Psychic Tarot readings for all 12 zodiac signs. Not only those, but also the daily bulletin tarot readings. So that's like thousands. That's like by now, like by thousands of tarot readings. And all of my readings are timeless. I have no sense of time. And so, you know, as you're guided, but just know that it's 2 fancy cups of coffee per month. So patreon.com/TheFirstArteagan. Just overall, with the Ace of Swords here, this is a powerful moment of communication, a powerful moment of conversation that it's almost like the door opens and then the situation moves forward. So it might be a moment in a conversation, or it might be like someone brings up like a conversation or a topic or something. It's the moment that Miss Heard references Kate Moss and the stairs and just opens the door for testimony to be asked by the other side into her prior arrest records. So that's kind of what I'm getting. I hope you guys are doing excellent and well slept. I have not been sleeping well since the solar eclipse in Taurus, and so I've been up for many hours, and it's like it got even worse with the quarter moon in Leo, and it's just, I don't even know what the total lunar eclipse in Scorpio is going to be. How are you guys feeling? We are in this portal in between eclipses. So if you're watching this reading in 2059, this message is infused with in between corridor portal eclipse energy. So okay, let's get your download. Leave this right here. Okay, so as I've been getting downloads, I've just been writing them on little pink slips of paper and putting them in here. So let's go ahead and see what energy we're opening up for you with the tarot today. Oh, drain or gain. Perfect. This is so perfect. We're on gearing up for a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And this is exactly that energy, that if something is not a source of gain for you, then it's very likely draining you. It's likely taking something away from you, your vital life force. Got up super early, was super cranky, so it took me like 2 hours just to eat my French toast, and I made a TikTok draft. Anyway, so this, okay, so we're gonna open this up. Something that is and it does seem to be like a it's like, wow, it's big truth. Now remember, this right here on either side of the crown signifies a balance between severity and grace. So if you're the one conveying something, communicating something, try to do so as kindly and gently as possible. Even when you have to put up boundaries, even when you have to say difficult things, just try. We don't always make it, but you will want to look back and say, oh, I tried with everything that I was, who I was at that moment. I tried my very best, and that's all you can do. That's what we do. We do our very best and then we let go of the rest. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's start opening this bad boy up. Drain or gain? You guys are doing well. You're doing well. I'm having great moments in my psychic tarot readings and my Zoom sessions. I like that they're recorded back because you guys are like, how does she know that? How does she know that? It's just funny. Okay. That's the strongest energy. This drain or gain. Thank you. Love it. Love it. The Knight of Pentacles and Lay Fool. Oh, I love this. I want this, like, do we have any fashion designers in the house? Can you just make me this little tunic like what he's wearing? Could I just pre-order that from you? Look at that adorable little thing. Ugh. Okay, anyway, so the first energy is the strongest. You guys have this. Okay, so I love talking about the Fool. The Fool, I do, all of my tarot talks are over on the website, TheFirstArteagan.com. The link is right here, right here. And I go into all of the symbolism in the tarot, and I do one card at a time. So every lesson is a great meditation to just sort of listen to. And so one of my favorite things to say about the Fool is that the sun is not at its zenith. So it never can be, because we're never going to reach this spiritual zenith of our, you know, especially at this point, the very beginning, it's like, it's got this increase about it. It's building momentum. The Fool is, of course, our souls before we step down into physical manifestation. It's got this little sidekick saying, wait a minute, think about it for a second. So, and okay, I don't want to get too, but I do explain all the symbolism. Okay. You're about to start a brand new adventure, and I actually like that we have the Knight of Pentacles, because this is saying that you're not foolhardy starting something new. You are, it's either taking a very long time, or has taken a long time, or you've thought about this really deeply, or you've laid the groundwork. This really feels, okay, so every Mercury retrograde since I've been on YouTube, I've had projects that I only work on, that I only pick up when Mercury is in retrograde. And every single retrograde, I pick up something, a new skill or a tool or a resource or an idea to make the project even better. And I'm always so anxious, and I'm always so, like, I just want to do it. I just want it done. Like, I just want it done. But like, I'm always lacking something. I'm always missing something. And so I feel like this is you just doing your due diligence and getting everything you need, getting all of your ducks in a row. Why is my hair like this? Oh, sorry. Getting all of your ducks in a row and making sure that your new beginning is like tops, you know? So I fully sanction this. I fully support this, you know, so long as it's not an impulse decision. Cannot be an impulse decision. This is a very structured, methodical new beginning for yourself. We're going to open it up more. We're going to get the astrals. We might even get the tarot sexual magic. Wow, this might be a like a financial manifestation that's finally happening. This could, I mean, it's very tangible. This is, whatever this is for you, this is something you can taste it, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can, you know, it's something that you're physically working on making it happen. So what I love about this, if there are any of you, it's almost like practicing your craft or a skill or a talent, or performing something that you're ready to launch to make money off of it. So this is like, if you are doing, astrology readings, chart readings, tarot readings, if you are teaching guitar lessons to people on Zoom, if you are, but for free or for trade or for what have you, you may be finally ready to start charging for your services, because this is saying that you're very, I mean, you got it down pat. You got it down pat, so. We're going to stop there. 3 of Wands, the 7 of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. She's giving me that scene in Titanic when he wins the card game and he wins the ticket to the Titanic. And he sort of just dips. Whatever life he was living up until that point, he dips, and he just, because of the horizon is sort of tempting. The unknown, the unexplored, the unexplored is kind of perfectly summarizing this overall energy for you. This might be even just a realization for you, where you realize what your horizon is that you're chasing, or that you want, or that you for some of you, this is ships coming in. Of course, this is more commerce. If this is commerce, if this is business, then you have been so smart. You have been so clever. You have been so, not just like thrifty, but you've been strategic. Like, you've been pretty perfect. Where you've been channeling, this might, oh my God.
I wanted to make this video.
Sorry. Hold on, I knew that was going to happen. Give me a second here. I wanted to make this video to tell you about my fitness journey. And, oh, why can't it come back up now? Weird. Sorry, YouTube quit unexpectedly last time. I want my Schumann resonance. I wanted to tell you about this YouTube. I wanted to make this video to tell you about how to save on your extended warranty for car insurance. I'm sorry. I'm getting so goofy here. That's how it is here, though, at WatchNatalee. Okay. There we go. I know I should have picked the 9 hour. Okay, I picked the 3 hour. Okay. There might be another ad coming up. That still might resonate for somebody. Maybe for some of you, you've been very smart making videos. You've been very strategic making your videos. You've been very smart and channeling. What I was gonna say is channeling your passion. So maybe you've been channeling your passion into making videos. We read the omens here. There's no such thing as a synchronicity. Okay. Damn. Congratulations. That's what I feel like I should say. I feel like I should be congratulating someone here. Congratulations. You have the Empress. You have the Ace of Wands. You have the 10 of Pentacles. And you have the Fool. The Fool alone would have been enough to guarantee success, to guarantee luck. Luck. She's bringing me back to the... So, clearly, something is a gain. This is a gain. We're not channeling the drain, we're channeling the gain. This is all you have to gain. That's what you should focus on. When you do that, when you focus on the gains, the equality, where you, I was just talking to one of my Hierophants about this. And when you're a Hierophant or High Priestess, you get one-on-one mentorship. So we do weekly Zoom sessions, and you get your transit tracker, you get all the classes, but then you also get the one-on-one mentoring, and that is just like sort of unlimited, like, you know, emails and communication, and we stay in contact, you know, not just like on our Zoom sessions. So it was like one of these kinds of things. And so I was, long story short, I was basically explaining some of the energetics behind something that was coming up for them. Basically, when you focus on where you are receiving an equal give and take, and where you are feeling very satisfied with your generosity, because remember, generosity is when you give the right person the right thing at the right time, and it benefits you both. So we're not talking about martyrdom or sacrificing or self-sacrificial for some kind of, you know, I don't care what the cause or ideal is, self-sacrifice is not, you know, there's times when we work very hard, whereas the sixth house is concerned. So, you know, when you've got like a new little baby, it's not like you're just not going to feed them because they're crying. You got to feed the little baby. So, you know, it's not, let's not run away with that. But, you know, we have to be like reasonable here. So that's what we're trying, except this is really just, sorry if I'm like very finicky. Okay. So this is all gain. Like, you have put in such great effort into something that's going to reap you not just like rewards, but long-term rewards with the Ten of Pentacles. This is like, you've got the long vision, long-term setup for yourself. So whatever you're starting, Ace of Wands and the Fool, it's going to be from your, she's telling me like your sacral chakra. This is like coming from your root. This is coming from like the base of your spine. This is coming from your absolute core, like from the very bottom, and you lay that real strong foundation so that whatever you build onto that, whether this is a business or a relationship or, you know, whatever happens to be, or a home, it could be like even like a physical home, that it's just going to stand the test of time, because it took a lot of time to get this off the ground. That's Saturn, that delayed gratification for the long-term gratification. We have Venus, Saturn coming up too, I believe, and that's going to be, I'm going to say no to something right now, because I know what I really want, what's going to provide like a lasting happiness, and that's I'm going to hold out for that. Let's start opening this up even more. Let's take a look at the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool. I want the rose gold for this one. So I have a couple sessions today after this. So weeklies today are Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. They will probably come out after my sessions. Sessions will be after this. Okay. Tell me about the Knight of Pentacles and the Fool, please. Two of Wands. Interesting. So, business partnership. I'm getting that you've been weighing a lot of pros and cons. It's like whenever you might be making a physical list, or it just might be all mental, but it's like whenever you put something in this column, she's giving me that these two staves, that was such a retrograde. I'm not even a stutterer. I do have a speech impediment. It's I hate that there's an S in this word, but it's called a lisp. Like, why would you put an S in that word? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cruel. Anyway, so she's giving me two staves. Actually, the M&M show got me through that. Helped me figure that out. So, sorry. So it's like when you put something in the pro column, there's something that comes up that you put in the con column. And when you get a couple items in your con column, new stuff comes to light that add to the pro column. So it's almost, that could be why it's taken a long time to get to this point, because there's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of vacillation. But honestly, I think this is probably healthy. You're doing your due diligence. You're making sure that there's consistency and reliability and stability with this impulse. This is a big impulse. This is very, it's an impulse, but it's not impulsive. I like you, whatever this is. So this is business partnership. This is, ooh, am I going to really align with this? There's some kind of commitment here. It's part of your contemplation. It's almost like, because getting into all of this is going to be so difficult to maybe untangle and unenmesh. It's like all of these little cords that are all, it's not a clean separation. It's not like a click and it's like a buckle. It's not a buckle. It's like freaking, rope of threads. So very good. Very good on you. Let's take a look at this 8 of Pentacles with the rose gold. This is very good work. This could even be kind of like your life's work or something that you've been putting a lot of effort into. Is that something? It is. Is that? Oh. This is someone already institutionalized. That could be the loony bin. That could also be marriage. That could also be incorporated. That could also be on the board. That could also be, you see what I'm saying? So institutionalized is so. Yeah. It doesn't have to be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. It can be, but it does not have to be. If this is happening within your institution, if you are thinking of, this is almost like, okay, if this is financial, if this is your company, this would be like a rebrand. Not a rebrand if you already have a company. For some of you, it's like whatever that next step is. So for those of you that maybe have been doing free work to gain the experience, you've been under a mentor, this might be you finally charging for your services or incorporating or getting your space, your brick and mortar space, or some kind of taking that next step. In relationships, like if this is a marriage, this would be the gain comes through a total clean slate. And that could happen with this conversation because it is sound that changes the level of vibration. So just like I'm playing the Schumann resonance, which is literally the Earth's frequency, I'm playing this in support of everyone at the eclipse corridor so that there's some vibrational entrainment going on, which means that when there's two separate frequencies, they're going to try to connect. They're going to try to align. So that means someone goes a little bit up or someone comes a little bit down, or it's not like we're judging any of that, but it's just different. So that's what would need to happen here. And the same is true for the rebrand, is that maybe there's like a total overhaul, or some of you could already be working and charging for your services and you're taking the next step, which may be either incorporating or it may be working with others in some capacity, but taking that next step. So that's how you want to think. Okay, and we are going to take a look at the Tarot of Sexual Magic for the Empress. I love the shield with Venus on it. Look at that heart shield. It's so sweet. There's so much of everything with the Empress, it's just, she's got so much to spare. She's got so much love, so much sensuality, so many fruits, so many pillows, so much. Like that's just, and that's Taurus North Node actually, is that you want to really believe in everything that you have and believe in your ability to create more of what you have, whether that's more love, more sensuality, more pentacles, more success, more popularity, more joy, more company, more whatever it is. It's like but you need to have the faith and the confidence, which is what I see all of this here. I just see all of that here. I see it all here. This is a total gain for you. This is all about gain. And that's how Taurus gets, you know, it's you build that up. The South Node in Scorpio is the fear setting in, the fear that there isn't enough, the fear that there won't be enough, the fear that you will lose, the fear that you will be drained of something, the fear that, and that is when, that's when, not people, but all of us, that's when we all start to act and behave and speak and think from that seed place. That's why she gave me that, thank you, from that root place. And that's when things go sideways. So whatever you're starting, I feel like there's something, this is almost like if you are going to be working with someone, they have a lot of everything. They might have a lot of the missing piece that you have a lot of one thing. You have a lot of peanut butter, they have a lot of jelly. Okay, like you guys come together, boom, you guys have the most epic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. But remember, equal. It's got to be equal. It can't be someone coming to the table with so much of everything overflowing and the other person coming to the table with that fear, and the lack mentality, victim mentality, la da 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 da. I'm like, enough already, you know? It's got to be equal. Right away, okay. The Two of Wands, double Two of Wands, love this energy. Look at their body language before we look at the rest of these cards. Look at these people's body language. Look at under the table. Look at that subtext, totally cute. And then look at that. This is like the simplicity of just enjoying the simple moments, just enjoying, sorry guys, my hair is, I don't know, I'm just like, probably just because I'm, okay. This is no sleep, but I can't sleep. Oh, I had this, okay, sorry. Keeping it on point here. Back to their body language. So, look at how sweet that loaf of bread looks. Let's just like this is really where life blooms. It's in these small moments, you know. Okay, let's read from the bookie book. Double Two of Wands, so that has a little bit of this energy with it. Nearness, the magic of the sliced bread. Sharing every bite of food to unite with another person without losing yourself. Sharing every bite of food to unite with another person without losing yourself. I think we've all lost ourselves a couple of times, or at least once, in relationships. So this is that very delicate balance of retaining your individuality and giving enough space for this intimacy to occur. So that was a concern. That was part of this Knight of Pentacles, is that, you know, going into business or aligning with someone, living, if this is a roommate, living with someone, whatever this happens to be for you, making sure you want it, someone here wants to make sure that they're not going to just go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Oh. It's the Ace of Wands. You have you have the double Ace of Wands. Can you read that? Sort of. There we go. Ace of Wands. I'm gonna look. Wow. This is like very, I can show, I think this. Look at how he's tending to her. But then there's those two people in the fire in the background, like literally in the fire. Okay, what's next? Ace of Wands. The magic of the statues in the fire. Abandon is the surrender of oneself. One loses his own likeness to enter into something much greater. Union. They're the two completely opposites. It's complete oneness. One loses his own likeness to enter into something much greater. This is definitely that. How I really got to watch this movie, Possession, and read this book. One cannot stand in a fire and not be consumed. So I feel like that's part of what's exciting about this new adventure, and it's also needing to be tempered with a heavy dose of, you know, like realism. But you have that with all these pentacles. So this passion, this impulse, this inspiration is actually coming from a place of oneness. That's the energy of it. How it's manifesting, it needs to have... Okay, so here's the thing. When we die, when we give our bodies and our egos back to the earth, we keep our soul, we keep our identity and our consciousness, and we're just pure energy. When you go to the light, it's like a little pinpoint, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. The light gets bigger and bigger and bigger. You're like getting closer and closer and closer, and then all of a sudden you become the light, and you're in the light. It's all around you. And then you realize, you really get it, the oneness of humanity. You understand how we are all connected. You understand how we are all one. You get it. It makes sense. So you might have a karmic connection with someone where you feel that. You feel that connection of oneness. But because you two have physical bodies, you also have the Two of Wands separateness, because you're two separate souls from the same source, but in two separate bodies. And that's the poetry of it. That when y'all, if this is romance, if this is your spicing up the marriage and you guys come back together, that merging of trying to achieve that state, that understanding that you're going to get when you die through ecstasy and like everything else. It's so this is very fertile here, very... Oh wow, the Empress and the Ace of Wands, and then you also have the Ace of Swords in your pre-shuffle. If anyone is pregnant, this will probably be a masculine child of a masculine heroic temperament. So that's great. Let's see what else we have. Oh, I should check this before. And we also have the Three of Swords. This is a dark one. Look at this. Like, there's a very person here. There's a dude here playing the harp, and then there's this creeper in the background. Creeper spy person, like, so. Let's see what the Three of Swords is. Pinching, the magic of fire and salt. You must call attention to disagreements and incompatibilities before finding the courage to end a relationship that is now empty. I'm only seeing the gain here, but in some of your cases there might be a drain, where this is like if you're doing business with someone, or if you've hired someone and you trusted them to run with the ball and they're not bringing in results, and they're not bringing success, and they're not bringing the numbers in, and it's consistent, and it's like not working, and for whatever reason the relationship is now like there's no more enthusiasm. You were so excited to bring this person on, you were so happy, you just knew in your heart it was going to work out, and you put them in the position, you gave them the ball, say go run with the ball, go ride your bike, and they totally fall short. And it's something that you will probably see manifested there or not there. And that is this. You must call attention to disagreements and incompatibilities. Maybe you are saying, maybe you're looking at the data and saying, hey, this doesn't add up. And maybe they just have like a lot of excuses. That's an incompatibility. Before finding the courage to end a relationship that is now empty. So for someone, this might be calling attention to that, to these incompatibilities. Now remember, if not every single detail resonates, that's a Scooby snack, that's for somebody else, but we can all still learn from other people's messages. Oh, this is a cool one, death. Look at her. Look at her, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is pretty, and she is not someone to mess with. Yeah, I know what my total lunar eclipse is going to be. It's going to break my freaking heart. I can see where it's going. Since the quarter moon in Leo, I'm like, I can see where it's going, and it's just going to hurt so bad, and I don't want to let it go. I don't want to, I don't know. And so we're all like that. We're all, you know, so it's like the drain. If it's a drain, it's a drain, but it's like, but I like it, you know? I want it still. I don't know, maybe I'll go on like a, this is going to be my 5th, 11th house. Maybe I'm going to go on like a blocking spree and just block, block, block. I don't know. Okay. Abandon. Death. Sublimation of the instinct. Temporary abstinence from sex reinforces your desire. A relationship undergoing a transformation. Even the end of things must be accepted serenely. I'm not feeling very serene though. No, I'm like, I know. It's like, so let's see, sublimation of the instinct. That's very human, the instinct, the human instinct. Temporary abstinence from sex reinforces your desire. That reminds me of when the psychic force is restrained, its power doubles. No, what is it? When the psychic force is restrained, its power is doubled. No, I was completely correct. A relationship undergoing a transformation, even the end of things must be accepted serenely. So, you know, death and the Three of Swords, that does speak to, now listen. It doesn't have to be the end of a relationship. This is the end of some way of relating though. So you set up a meeting and you have that conversation and you call out these incompatibilities or these disagreements, and you've got to transform the situation and the relationship for it to prosper and continue, and if that's what it will take for it to be successful. In some cases, you may actually let someone go and replace them with someone that you've already found, some other great person that you've already found. But you've been interviewing this person, or you've been tallying it up. That could be what it's been like. You've been interviewing candidates and you've been tallying up the pros and cons, and it's finally come to where you can't lose any more money, you know, with this person that you've been hoping, you know, brings home the bag. Because this is about the game here, okay? Okay, I feel like this message is very, very, very done. Trainer game. Okay, I will update the thumbnail shortly. But let's take a look at your oracle, your divine feather. What is the guidance, please? But honestly, I would just focus on the gain and be realistic about the drain. Like, I'm gonna try to be as clever as possible to hold on and try to like use what I can to sort of like soften the blow. But I mean, it's a total lunar eclipse in Scorpio, so I don't know how much I'll be able to do that. We do our best, but then we really do have to let go of the rest. So it's still gonna hurt though. Still gonna hurt, even if you're honest, it's still gonna hurt, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And even if you don't, the universe will do what you should have done. That's when it hurts more, actually. The blue jay. The time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. I'm actually so excited about this because I'll tell you later. I'll put that in a different video. I'm really excited about this. So what I love about this is that you have so much speaking to your ability here. You've been maybe subconsciously holding yourself back from success, like if this is business, or finances, if this is finances, subconsciously holding yourself back from earning more, subconsciously holding yourself back from relational happiness or contentment. And that's self-value. That's Taurus, more Taurus. So there's an ability here. There's passion. There's an impulse, but a lot of talent or skill or ability behind that. A lot of clever energy behind that overall. So this is kind of like you've got to, like that pinch. It's like you got to let this drain go so that you can really fly. And Blackbird. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. Double underscore, underline, highlight, circle in red, everything I just said. Like these two messages are so congruent, and they're congruent with all three decks here that we've pulled out here. So if this is a relationship, it needs a makeover from the ground up, and then it'll be 10 times better than it was before. If this is your company, it needs a rebrand, it needs a new person, it needs something new, different, expert, you know, but you as an individual, your unique qualities, literally says untapped potential are unfolding. They're trying to come through. So this eclipse is going to clear away anything that's standing in the way. And if you're not watching this in real time, it's this death card, this woman with this Sith clearing it away, because the time is right to access and master your abilities. Do so with humility and control. Okay. Okay, my loves, I'm going to go, speaking of all of that, I'm going to go prep for my psychic tarot reading. You can book me through the links in the description box below if you would like more of these readings for your zodiac sign, sun, moon, or rising. It is 11/11 over on Patreon. That is just 2 fancy cups of coffee. And you get a whole month's access to not just the ones that come out during the month, but all of them that I've ever posted. That's why you're getting a lot, and it's really cool. And I'm just really happy that I have this library of downloaded tarot readings for all 12 zodiac signs. So anywho's, I love you guys. Take really good care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. I will check in on your energies on Friday, 12 p.m. PST, 1 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock. I shouldn't even try to say numbers right now. I love you. I'll see you Friday. Until then, my loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your, it's lagging. It's taking like forever right now. Beautiful heads, darlings.